What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Enrique, aka Biggie's Comics, coming at you with another video. This is gonna be my contest entry video for the Lord of the Long Boxes 500 sub contest. TiVo, awesome! Congratulations on 500 subs. You actually have 566 right now. That's the last time when I saw your channel, it was at 566. So that's amazing because considering you only been out a few months, that's awesome for to have that many subs. And I can see why, because your videos actually they're really awesome. Your videos, they're really entertaining. I love the music. I love the mixes that you do before them. Your knowledge of the books is really cool, and the stuff that you share with us about the pressing and things like that, that's really cool. It's really helpful to everyone, and it's helpful to me. I learned a lot from watching your channels, and I appreciate everything you've done. TiVo wanted to know, for his contest, he really didn't have any rules. All he wanted to know was, what was the first comic book that you purchased? And this book here, I showed it actually in my first video that I made. This is the Savage Beast of Flash number 10. I bought this book back in 1988. I was 9 years old when I purchased this book. I lived in a tenement building, and down the block there was a corner store, regular store that you would buy like, soda, candy, or whatever. But he had a little comic rack, a little rack there that had magazines, and it had a few comic books in him. So I remember that day. My father, asked him for $1 so I can go buy some snacks at the store. He gave me the $1. So I went down with my friends to the store. I saw the rack. I saw the Flash. I was like, oh man, I want to get this. So, I gave the guy $1. He gave me back a quarter, and then I bought a quarter water with the quarter that was left over. If I remember what a quarter water was. I bought one of those. So, this book, I've saved it. I kept everything that I had when I was a kid. I'm like a hoarder. Everything I used to get when I was younger, I would keep it always. And I just want to show you guys this. I'm going to show you guys a closer look at this book. See that right there? You see all those indents on the book? All those impressions? That was all done by me, because when I was about 8, 9 years old, whenever I used to get a comic book, I used to put tracing paper over them, or regular paper, and just trace the drawings on top of it, because the artwork always fascinated me, and I wanted to draw like the comic book artists, and that's why I jacked up the books like that. So I jacked up a lot of books like that, a lot of books that would have been very valuable right now are just torn to shreds because of and 8, 9 years old, you don't really know how to take care of the books. You're not thinking of it as that they're going to be an investment or value or anything like that. You just enjoy for the artwork, and read whatever you could read at that time, and that's it. You had fun with them. So this is a book that I'll never get pressed, and I'll never slap it, because I like the story. The story's nostalgic to me, and one day I'll pass it on to my kids. My daughter, I have a 9-year-old daughter, and she shows an interest in comic books and all that, and when she gets older, I'll pass it on to her, so that way she can share it with with her kids, and go on and so forth. So let me just put this back in the sleeve. So TiVo, again, I want to congratulate you on your 500 subs, man. You have a great channel. Your channel, I know it's gonna blow up. It's very unique. The channels that make it big, I notice, are the channels that are unique, and they have something a little different about them. And your channel definitely is unique, and it stands out. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Well, if you guys know me, I can't just make a video showing you one book, so in the words of TiVo, I got home and I started digging in long boxes. I know I didn't say it as good as him, but that's what I did. I came home, started digging in my long boxes, seeing what I could show you guys. And back in February of earlier this year, I went to Midtown Comics, in Times Square in the city, and I just went strictly there to look at their, back issue bins, and see what all the fuss was about. Because I've done orders for them online, but I haven't. This was actually the second time I've been in that store. The first time I went into the store, I never bought anything, but this time I did. I spent it was about $80 something I spent in that store. So the books that I'm going to show you right now are all these books I purchased there, but I don't remember exactly what I paid per book. They were all different. Some were $4, some were $2, some were $6. But I can tell you this, I did not pay more than $7 for any of these books at all. They were all either $7 or lower, and the lowest book was $2. So I think I got a pretty good deal. And also, what they do at Midtown that was pretty cool is that every time you spend $100, they give you $20 worth of credit in the store. And you know, every time you buy a book there, they put your name in the system, and that's why they keep track of how much you spend. And every time you spend 100, you get $20 in credit. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let me start off with these. These are Bronze Age books. Superman Family, number 204. You know, I bought this at the time, but I found out after watching a video from another YouTuber, Mercenary, I found out that that's actually the first appearance of the Enchantress. The Enchantress is going to be in the Suicide Squad movie, so that was pretty cool to find out. And I was kind of surprised that they didn't know that, because Midtown Comics is pretty knowledgeable of the characters and what books and first appearance and all that. And this book was just in their regular, back issue bin. So, I didn't pay probably more than $4 or $5 for this book, so that was pretty decent. That was a cool find right there. So I bought that one. That's issue number 204. That one's from 1980. Then I bought, I bought a few of them. There was a whole box full of these, so I like them. That's issue number 205. Superman Family issue number 206. What I like about these books here is that each of them have about 5 different stories, and all the stories are like kooky. They're not they're really like weird stories that that DC made at the time, but I like them because it feels I like the oldness of them and the nostalgia feeling that I get when I read them. That's issue 206. All right, this one is 209. That's issue 210. Issue 212. And what's cool about all these issues is that they're all newsstand variants, all of them. And when I picked them up, I didn't even notice that. I noticed that after I got them home and I rebagged them. Issue 215. Issue 216. And the condition in all these, they had, Midtown tries to grade their own comics. They have stickers on them with VG, fine, but a lot of these were VG, but I think they were more, because most of the spines on these books, they're good. There's no breaks, no dents on the spines. So I don't know who they have grading for them, but I don't agree with the grades. I think they were higher than what they were really graded at. And that's issue number 217. So let me get these out of here. Then I picked up this one over there also. This is Secret Origins number 1. This book I think is from 1973, if I'm not mistaken. It's just a retelling of their most popular characters, their origin stories. So it's pretty cool to have them. All right. Then the next book here is it's called Super Team Family Giant. Super Team Family number 5. So that's pretty cool. That one included Batman. It had 2 stories in it. One with Superboy against Superman, and another one with Batman and a villain called Eclipso. And then I have Super Team Family number 6. Alright. And I know lately I've been showing you guys a lot of DC books, because I tend, I buy a lot of DC comics, a lot of Batman, a lot of Superman. Those are my favorite characters. But I do like Marvel also. But before I get to the few Marvel books I got, I'm going to show you this one also. I got this one also at Midtown, also the same day. Superman Pals Jimmy Olsen, this is Silver Age book, number 92. Whenever I find these for low price, I always pick them up. I try to complete all the Jimmy Olsen series, all his books from the late 60s to early 70s. This book is from 1966. This one here. Alright. I also picked up these from Midtown Comics also, from their back issue bins. I got here Amazing Spider-Man number 130. That's actually, there's a first appearance there. That's the first appearance of the Spider-Mobile. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the 80s, they had a toy of the Spider Buggy. You know, like if Spider-Man needed to drive a buggy. You know, but it was cool that it was in a comic. Now, I don't know if the toy actually came out first. No, actually, no. The book had to come out first because this is a Bronze Age book, so it was in the 70s. But I remember they made a toy about it in the 80s, and that's when it got popular, and everybody started looking for this book after that because they found that it was actually an appearance of the Spider-Mobile. Then I got this one from there also, Amazing Spider-Man number 170. Nothing special, just, you know, I like those early Spider-Man books, you know, early Bronze Age, Silver Age books where they have a lot of captionings, a lot of writing in the covers. I always enjoyed that about these older books. And then the last book that I got from there was this one here, Amazing Spider-Man number 92. You know, Iceman appearance, Gwen Stacy appearance. Can't go wrong with Amazing Spider-Man. Anything from issue 100 and down is a must-have, I believe, for everyone. Alright, YouTube, that's it. That's all I got for you today. TiVo, again, congratulations on 500 subs. I hope your channel gets bigger. It's awesome. I'm enjoying it. And that's it. Until next video. Peace.